Hello students, how are you all? In last class you learned equilibrium in physical process. The today's topic is equilibrium in chemical process. Now let us understand equilibrium in chemical process by taking an example. I am taking a chemical reaction. SO2 plus O2 gives rise to SO3. So we have to balance this equation. This is 2SO2 plus O2 gives rise to 2SO3. Here SO2 is a gas, O2 is a gas and SO3 is a gas. So here SO2 and O2 are the reactants. These two are reactants. And SO3 is product. SO3 is a product. So reactants are converting into product is a forward reaction. So SO2 react with O2 to form SO3 is a forward reaction. Forward reaction. And SO3 converts into SO2 and O2. Nothing but products are converting into reactants is a backward reaction. Backward reaction. So this is a chemical reaction. In a chemical reaction, equilibrium is established, so that we are calling it as a chemical equilibrium. Equilibrium established in a chemical process. Equilibrium established in a chemical process is called as a chemical equilibrium. The stage of reversible reaction. This is a reversible reaction. That means reactants are converting into products. Products are converting into reactants. So conversion of reactants into products is a forward reaction. And the conversion of products into reactants is a backward reaction. So it is a reversible reaction. The stage of reversible reaction at which the concentrations of reactants and products do not change with time is known as a chemical equilibrium state. Chemical equilibrium state. Chemical equilibrium state. So what is the chemical equilibrium state? The stage of reversible reaction, the state of reversible reaction at which concentrations of reactants and products, concentrations of reactants products do not change with the time is known as a chemical equilibrium state. Now read the sentence. The state of reversible reaction, the state of reversible reaction at which concentration of reactants and products, concentration of reactants and products do not change with time is called or is known as a chemical equilibrium state. Chemical equilibrium state. Right, at equilibrium state, the rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction. At equilibrium state, rate of forward and backward reaction becomes equal. So at equilibrium state, very important point. At equilibrium state, rate of forward reaction becomes equal to rate of backward reaction. So this is SO2 plus O2 gives rise to SO3. Conversion of SO2 plus O2 into SO3 is a forward reaction. I am labeling it as a rate of forward reaction. And conversion of SO3 into SO2 plus O2 is a backward reaction. This is I am labeling as RB. So rate of backward reaction. Rate of forward reaction and rate of backward reaction. So a stage at which rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction, the stage we are calling as equilibrium state. At equilibrium state, rate of forward reaction becomes equal to rate of backward reaction. And another important point is The rate of disappearance of reactants. So reactants are disappear converting into products. The rate of disappearance of reactants and the rate of appearance of products from the reactants becomes equal. So rate of disappearance of reactants and rate of appearance of a products from the reactants becomes equal at equilibrium state. Nothing but rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. Now let us understand equilibrium state, attainment of equilibrium by taking one general example. Let us understand attainment of equilibrium by taking one general example. I am taking a general chemical equation A plus B gives rise to C plus D. A plus B gives rise to C plus D. This is a general chemical equation. So now let us understand the attainment of equilibrium by taking A plus B gives rise to C plus B. First statement, a state of reversible reaction. This is the reversible reaction at which concentrations of reactants and products do not change with the time is called chemical equilibrium state. So this statement I am drawing a graph. So here I am taking concentration. I am taking it is a concentration. Here I am taking a time. So the state of reversible reaction at which concentration of reactants. I am taking concentration and I am taking concentration of reactant products do not change with the time. So concentration versus time I am drawing a graph. So initially concentration of reactants is very more. The reaction is not started. Imagine initially reaction is not started, there is no product. So concentrations of reactants is very high. So concentration of reactant increasing concentration, this is increasing time. So initially concentration of reactants is very high because reaction is not started, no product is formed. So when the reaction is started, concentrations of reactants slowly decreases because reactants are converting into product. So concentrations of reactants slowly decreases. The concentrations of reactants are decreases, isn't it? So this is a concentration of A and B. The concentration of A and B. And concentrations of products, when the reaction is started, slowly formation of products takes place. So initial concentration of products is 0, no product is there. So when the reaction is started, the product's concentration is going to get increases. The product concentration is going to get increases. This is the concentration of C and D. C concentration and this is the D concentration. So concentrations of products are increases. Initially concentration of products is 0 because reaction is not started. When the reaction is started, the concentrations of products is going to get increases. Concentration of product is going to get increases and concentration of reactant is going to get decreases. So a stage at which the concentrations of reactants and products do not change. Concentration of products and reactant do not change with the time. A state of reversible reaction at which concentration of reactants and products do not change with the time. Look at here. So I am taking this place. This is concentration of A and this is the concentration of B. So I am taking this point. Here concentration of reactants and products do not change with the time. Look at that. So here is this stage we are calling as equilibrium. This point we are calling as equilibrium. This place we are calling as equilibrium. So initially concentrations of reactants is very high and concentration of products is 0. When the reaction is started, concentrations of reactants are keep decreases and concentrations of products are keep increases. A stage at which concentrations of reactants and products do not change with the time. This state we are calling as equilibrium state. So this is equilibrium state. Next, this is in terms of concentration versus time. You can take a rate of reactions. So I am taking the same equation. I am taking the same general equation. So here I am taking a rate. Rate I am taking here. Here I am taking a time. So rate against time. This is increasing of rate or this is increasing of time. So initially the concentrations of reactants is very more. So reactants are converting into products. So concentrations of reactants is more, reactants are converting into products, nothing but forward reaction. So rate of forward reaction, initial concentration of reactants is more. So this is the rate of forward reaction. And after products formed, after formation of products concentration is increases. So products are converting into reactants. That means products are converting into reactants is nothing but backward reaction. So I'm showing this rate of backward reaction. This is the rate of backward reaction. So this is rate of forward reaction. Rate of forward reaction labeling as RF. And this is products are converting into reactants. Products are converting into reactants, nothing but initially products concentration is 0. After formation of the products, so products are converting into reactants. So this is a rate of backward reaction. Rate of backward reaction I am labeling as RB. A stage at which rate of forward reaction is equal to the rate of backward reaction, that is nothing but equilibrium state. At equilibrium state, rate of forward reaction is equal to the rate of backward reaction, nothing but the rate of disappearance of reactants. Disappearance of reactants, nothing but reactants converting into product. A stage at which rate of disappearance of reactants is equal to the rate of appearance of products from the reactants. That stage nothing but equilibrium state. So here is a rate of forward reaction is equal to the rate of backward reaction. I am taking this point, at this point rate of forward reaction is equal to the rate of backward reaction. This state we are calling as equilibrium state. Equilibrium state. At this is equilibrium state. At equilibrium state, rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. Nothing but RF is equal to RB. So this is the graphical representation of rate of forward and backward reaction. So rate versus time. Here is the concentration versus time. The same graphical can apply to the chemical reaction. I'm taking chemical reaction H2 plus I2 gives rise to 2HI. I'm taking this is the chemical reaction example. So again we can draw the graph concentration versus time. I'm taking concentration on y-axis and time on x-axis. This is increasing of concentration, this is increasing of time, isn't it? So initially these are the reactants. These are the reactants and these are the nothing but what? Products. So H2 plus I2 gives rise to 2HI. So H2 and I2 are the reactant, HI is the product. So initially concentrations of reactants is very more. So here is there is no product formation initially. Initially there is no product initially, only reactants is present. So their concentration is very high. So I'm taking the concentration is this is increasing of concentration, the concentration is very high. So when the reaction is started, reactants are converting into what? Product. So reactants are converting product, since concentrations of reactants is going to get decreases, isn't it? So concentration of reactants is decreases on increasing of time. That means reactants are converting into product. And what are the products formed? Products converting into reactants. That means backward reaction. So concentrations of initial products is 0. No product is there because the reaction is not started. Only reactants is there. So when the reaction is started, products will be there. The products converting into reactants. This is the backward reaction. So products converting into reactant. So a stage at which the concentrations of reactants and products becomes equal, do not change with time. The stage at concentration of reactants and products do not change with time. We have to call them as this is equilibrium state. This is the concentration of H2 and I2. This is the concentration of HI. Concentration of HI. So this is equilibrium state. Equilibrium state. Let us take one more example. I am taking a reaction between N2 and H2. N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2NH3. N2 plus H2 gives rise to 2NH3. Look at this equation. Again I am drawing concentration versus time. Concentration here is I am taking is time. concentration versus time. So here is a nitrogen and hydrogen. Here is a compare the concentrations of number of moles of nitrogen and hydrogen. Number of moles of nitrogen is 1 and number of moles of hydrogen is more. That means number of moles of hydrogen is more. So its concentration, initial concentration of reactants is more when compared to the products. So concentration of reactants is decreases. So this is the concentration of I am taking as a hydrogen. This is a H2 because when compared to nitrogen, hydrogen 3 moles is there, and this is the concentration of N2. So concentration of nitrogen and hydrogen both are decreases, and concentration of ammonia is going to get increases. That means product concentration is going to get increases. So this is NH3. NH3. So look at this graph. At a particular point of time, the concentrations of hydrogen, nitrogen and ammonia do not change with the time. This point I am talking. So this is the point. So this point, concentrations of reactants and products do not change with time. This point, this stage we are calling as a equilibrium state. We have to call as equilibrium state. So at equilibrium state, concentrations of reactants and products do not change with time. This is the statement. So chemical equilibrium state. So this is a graphical representation of rate of forward and backward reaction, and graphical representation of change in the concentrations of reactants and products with time. Next, characteristics of chemical equilibrium. In that point number 1. Equilibrium state can only be achieved if reversible reaction is carried out in a closed vessel. So what is the first point is equilibrium state. Equilibrium state can only be achieved if reversible reaction carried out. Reversible reaction carried out in a closed vessel. Closed vessel. So meaning of this statement is I am taking a chemical reaction CaCO3. It is a solid upon heating, converting into CaO plus CO2. CaO plus CO2. So here is a CaO is a solid, CO2 is a gas. CO2 is a gas. So if this reaction is carried out in a open vessel. Suppose I am taking the same reaction in a open vessel, CaCO3 upon heating. So upon heating CaCO3, converting into CaO plus CO2. CO plus CO2. So this vessel is open. So that what is the carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide is a gas. The carbon dioxide gas escapes from the container. If the same reaction is carried out in a closed vessel, CaCO3 gives rise to CaO plus CO2. This is the equilibrium reaction. If the reaction is carried out in a open vessel, it is irreversible reaction. The reaction is carried out in a closed vessel. Reaction is carried out in a closed vessel. So what is the carbon dioxide released? This carbon dioxide do not escape from the container. So that so CaO react with CO2 converting into CaCO3. So what is the point is whenever the reaction vessel is opened, what is the gases components, gases substances, the gases substance escape from the container. So that reverse reaction is not possible. The reaction is closed, the gases compounds, gases substance do not escape from the container. So that reverse reaction is possible. So that equilibrium state can only be achieved if reversible reaction is carried out in a closed vessel. So we have to use a closed vessel to get the equilibrium state of the reversible reaction. Next, second one, it is dynamic nature. Dynamic nature. So that means equilibrium state is a dynamic nature. Equilibrium state is a dynamic nature. That meaning is rate of forward reaction. That means rate of forward reaction becomes is equal to the rate of backward reaction. So rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction. Then only we can say that it is dynamic nature. That means what are the products are formed? Products are converting into reactants and reactants converting into product. So the continuously taking place. The reaction do not going to complete. So reactants are converting into products. Products are converting into reactant. Hypothetical I am taking reaction A plus B gives rise to C plus D. I'm hypothetical reaction I'm taking. So here is A plus B are the reactant, C plus D are the products. So this is a rate of forward reaction, this is a rate of backward reaction. So A plus B converting into C plus D, in turn C plus D converting into A plus B. So reactants converting into products, products converting into reactant, this process continuously taking place, the reaction not going to complete, the reaction do not complete. So a stage at which rate of forward is equal to rate of backward, we can say that there is a existence of equilibrium between the reactants and the product. That means this is a dynamic in nature. Rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. Nothing but rate of disappearance of reactants. Rate of disappearance of reactants is equal to rate of appearance of products. Rate of disappearance of products is equal to rate of appearance of a reactant. So rate of forward is equal to rate of backward. So this is a second point. It is dynamic in nature. Point number 3. The properties such as concentration, pressure, density, color remains unchanged, with time. So at equilibrium state, the properties such as concentration, pressure, density, color remains unchanged with time. And the next point is catalyst does not alter the state of equilibrium. Catalyst does not alter the state of equilibrium. Does not alter the state of equilibrium. It speeds up the attainment of equilibrium. Speeds up the attainment of equilibrium. And the next one is equilibrium. Chemical equilibrium can be established from either side of the reversible reaction. Chemical equilibrium can establish from either side of reversible reaction. So chemical equilibrium can be established from either side of the reversible reaction. Let us understand this point by taking an example. I am taking a reaction of H2 plus I2 gives rise to 2HI. H2 plus I2 gives rise to 2HI. So here H2 plus I2 I am taking as a reactant initially, and HI is the product. So I am drawing the graph concentration versus time. So here I am taking a concentration of reactants or products. Here I am taking a time. So here is initially concentration of H2 and I2 is very high. So reaction is not started. When the reaction is not started, concentrations of reactants and products is very, very high. And when the reaction is started, reactants are converting into products, nothing but forward reaction. So forward reaction is taking place, concentrations of reactants are going to get decreases, concentrations of products is going to get increases. So I am writing the decrease in the concentrations of reactants. Next, concentrations of products, nothing but HI is going to get increases with time. So concentrations of products is going to get increases, isn't it? So this is with time. At a particular state, nothing but at equilibrium state, the concentrations of products and the reactants becomes equal. At equilibrium state, concentrations of reactants and products becomes equal. So this state is called as equilibrium state. Equilibrium state. At equilibrium state, rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. At equilibrium state, concentrations of reactants and products do not change with time. Actual point is at equilibrium state, concentrations of reactants and products do not change with time. This state we are calling as equilibrium state. So this is from H2 and I2 as a reactant, HI is a product, first case. Apart from it, suppose I am taking directly HI. HI is a reactant and H2 and I2 are the products. What I meaning is I am taking 2HI gives rise to, so H2 plus I2. 2HI gives rise to H2 plus I2. So HI is a reactant and H2 and I2 are the products. So reversible reaction. So chemical equilibrium can be established from either side of reversible reaction. So either H2 and I2 are the reactants, so HI is a product. Opposite I am taking HI is a reactant and H2 and I2 are the products. In this case, here this is the reactant. Reactant in the sense concentration is very high. Reactant concentration is very high at initially, though there is the product formation. So when the product forming started, the concentrations of reactants is going to get decreases. This is initially, so H2 and this is H2 I2. This is HI product. Right. So here HI is the reactant, its concentration is very more. So concentration of the reactant is going to get decreases. Concentration of reactant is going to get decreases, isn't it? So concentration of reactant, this in the HI is going to get decreases. And concentrations of product, what is the product? H2 and I2 is going to get increases. The concentration of product is going to get increases. This is with the time. This is nothing but what? Concentration. So what the point to understand is, if you look at this point, from this direction also, at a particular point, concentrations of reactants and products becomes do not change with time. So this we are calling as equilibrium state. So what is the point to understand? Initially I took H2 and I2 is a reactant and HI is a product, equilibrium is established. Apart from it, I took HI as a reactant and H2 and I2 as a product, again equilibrium is established. So the chemical equilibrium can be established from either side of the reversible reaction. This is the point we need to understand. So these are the some characteristics of chemical equilibrium. Next, chemical reactions are classified as irreversible reactions and reversible reactions. The first one is irreversible reactions. Irreversible reaction. And the second one is reversible reaction. The second one is reversible reaction. Now let us discuss one by one in detail. Among them, the first one is irreversible reactions. The chemical reactions proceeds in such a way that the reactants are completely converted into products, are called as irreversible reactions. The chemical reactions proceeds in such a way that reactants completely converted into products. That means the reaction moves in one direction. The reaction moves in one direction are called irreversible reaction. Irreversible reaction. So let us take some examples. The first one I am taking thermal decomposition. The first one taking thermal decomposition of substances like I'm taking CaCO3. So CaCO3 upon heating, solid upon heating converting into CaO solid plus CO2 gas. CO2 gas, this is in open vessel. This is in open vessel. In open vessel, when the calcium carbonate is heated, then converting into CaO plus CO2, thermal decomposition. Next, let us take one more example, 2KClO3. 2KClO3. Upon decomposing, the product is 2KCl plus 3O2. So, conversion of KClO3 into KCl plus O2 is a irreversible reaction. What are the products formed in this reaction? These products do not converting into reactants. So only one direction is possible, only one forward direction, there is no backward direction is not possible. So these are the examples of irreversible reaction, that thermal decomposition. And the second one I am taking precipitation reactions. Precipitation reaction. Here a thermal decomposition reaction. So look at the precipitation reaction. I am taking an example AgNO3. AgNO3 in aqueous plus I am taking NaCl. This is also in aqueous. Then the product is AgCl. This is a solid, nothing but precipitate. This is nothing but precipitate plus NaNO3 in aqueous. So this is so AgNO3 react with NaCl to form AgCl precipitate. So what are the products formed? Do not give the AgNO3 and NaCl. So only forward reaction is possible, backward reaction is not possible. I am taking another example BaCl2. This is in aqueous plus H2SO4. This is also in aqueous. Gives rise to BaSO4. BaSO4 is a PPT, this is a solid, plus 2HCl. So this is in aqueous. So what are the products formed here also? Do not give the reactants back, so that it is also a irreversible reaction. Next, let us take neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction. So for example, neutralization reaction I am taking acid react with base. HCl plus NaOH gives rise to reversible reaction. The product is NaCl plus H2O. So acid react with base to form sodium NaCl plus H2O. Let us take one more equation. I am taking H2SO4. So H2SO4 plus NaOH. H2SO4 plus NaOH gives rise to Na2SO4. This is I am taking 2 times. Na2SO4 plus H2O. So this is an acid. This is what? Base. Acid react with the base to form, this is what? Salt. This is what? Water. So acid react with the base to form salt and water is nothing but neutralization reaction. In neutralization reaction, what are the products are formed? They won't give back a reactant, so that it is a irreversible reaction. Next I am taking some other examples, some general example I am taking Mg plus O2 gives rise to MgO. It is not a neutralization reaction. Mg plus O2 gives rise to MgO. So this is 2MgO, 2Mg. If you look at this equation, so magnesium react with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. It is a irreversible reaction. What are the product magnesium oxide formed? Thus does not give the magnesium and oxygen. I am taking another example. Mg plus N2 gives rise to Mg3N2. Mg3 and I am taking this is 3Mg. So this is also an example of irreversible reaction. So what is the point here is, in the case of irreversible reactions, what are the products are formed? They won't give back a reactant. So only one direction is possible. Reaction moves in one direction are called as irreversible reaction, and the reactants are completely converting into products. This is irreversible reactions. Next, reversible reactions. The chemical reactions takes place in both forward and backward directions under similar conditions are called as reversible reactions. The chemical reactions takes place in both forward and forward direction and backward direction under similar conditions. Under similar conditions or same conditions. Under similar conditions are called reversible reactions. So let's take some example for the reversible reactions. I'm taking H2 plus I2 gives rise to 2HI. H2 plus I2 gives rise to 2HI. So H2 is a gas, I2 is a gas, 2HI is a gas. So the point is, so what are the reactants converting into products? So that products again converting into reactants. So conversion of reactants into products is a forward reaction, reactants, and these are the products. So conversion of reactants into products is a forward reaction. This is a forward reaction. And conversion of products into reactants is a backward reaction. So look at the chemical reaction takes place in both forward direction and backward direction are called reversible reactions. So example 1, I'm taking another example. SO2 plus O2 gives rise to SO3. So 2SO2 plus O2 gives rise to 2SO3. This is a gas, and this is a gas. So this is another example for a reversible reaction. I'm taking another example, PCl5. So PCl5 is a gas, gives rise to PCl3 is a gas plus Cl2 is a gas. This is another example for a reversible reaction. I'm taking CaCO3 thermal decomposition, solid. So CaCO3 upon thermal decomposition will produce CaO plus CO2. So this is the solid, this is the gas. And the same equation I took in the case of irreversible reactions also. But here is we have to mention this is a closed vessel. So if the vessel is not closed, here is carbon dioxide is a gaseous substance. This carbon dioxide will escape from the container. I already explained. So this reaction must be, we have to carry out in a closed vessel. So when only the reaction can be in equilibrium state. Otherwise CaO plus CO2. Otherwise carbon dioxide, what is the carbon dioxide formed? This carbon dioxide can be escaped from the container. The reverse reaction is not possible. So reverse reaction is not possible because carbon dioxide escape from the container. The reaction is possible when CO2 react with the CO2 to form CaCO3. So that the CaCO3 gives rise to CaO plus CO2 in a closed vessel is a reversible reaction. Even these are also we have to carry out in a closed vessel. Reversible reactions are carried out in a closed vessel. Here is H2, I2, 2HI. All these are gases. The vessel is not as it is closed, then only reverse reaction is possible. The vessel is opened. All these are the gaseous substances. Gaseous substance can be escaped from the container. As a result, so reversible reactions. These reactions we have to carry out in a closed vessels, not in a open vessels. Next, I'm taking one more example. N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2NH3. So here is nitrogen is a gas, NH hydrogen is a gas, ammonia is a gas. So this is another example for a reversible reaction. I'm taking one more NH4HS. This is a solid. NH4HS is a solid. So this one converting into NH3. NH3 is a gas. NH3 is a gas plus H2S. H2S is a gas. So this is also a reversible reaction. So in all these reversible reactions, so what is the point we have to keep in our mind is the reactions will be carried out in a closed vessel, one point. Another important point is reactants are converting into products. In turn, what are the products are formed converting into reactants. And you can take reverse reactions also. In reverse reaction also we have a starting metal. Suppose the same reaction I am taking. So H2 plus I2 gives rise to 2H. Opposite reaction I will take. Opposite reaction is 2HI gives rise to so H2 plus I2, H2 plus I2. This reaction also we can take. This is also a reversible reaction. Here HI is a product, but here HI I am taking as a reactant. Even not only this, you can take any equation you can take. I am taking 2NH3. So 2NH3 gives rise after decomposition will get N2 plus H2. N2 plus H2. N2 is a gas, so H2 is a gas. So these are the reversible reactions. So any equilibrium can attain from any direction, either forward direction you can take or you can take even backward direction also. So these are the reversible reactions. What are the reversible reactions? The chemical reactions takes place in both forward direction and backward direction under similar conditions or under same conditions are called reversible reactions. So these are some examples of reversible reactions.